The other day, I was watching my favorite YouTuber and enjoying a little R&R after a week of crushing it. After a few hours, the water had gotten cold and I was about ready to get out when I saw the most amazing, inspiring thing. Off in the distance, I saw what only could be described as an act of God, a vast on the horizon of the tub. For a split second, there was a flash of viridian light, encompassing my world with an emerald shine that's beauty rivaled the 2015 Super Bowl halftime show. I sat in awe, trying to wrap my mind around what I'd just seen. A green light on the horizon? I'd read about this somewhere. But where? I had to find out while the image was still fresh in my brain. So I tore cheek to the local library. Once inside, I didn't know where to start, so I just began reading. And that I did. For hours and hours I read. Page after page, book after book, section after section, nothing. I read stories of adventure, sorrow, love, but to no avail. I picked up biographies, how-tos, magazines and haikus, but still no green light on the horizon. Frustrated, I nearly gave up, but I'd figured I'd try one last book. I flipped to a story about pirates, and in that story they had lore of a green flash. I had found it, but now it was time to paint it. So when you're doing a painting with a strong light source, and especially when the light source is an odd color like green, it can get a little confusing to figure out what colors you're going to be using aside from green, but also where to put them. First off, you need to remember that you're not doing a monochromatic painting, which means a painting consisting of one color and using black and white to create value shifts with that color. Instead, you're doing a polychromatic painting that has been nearly completely dominated by one particular hue, in my case green, because of the green flash. Now, because this green flash light in the distance is so dominant, everything in the path of that light will be tinted green, which means that everything in the shadows is where you're going to see other colors, and maybe even the natural colors if we didn't have this overwhelming light source. This is why you'll see me paint the fronts of the waves, or the waves affected by that light, with green, and then the backs of the waves that won't be hit by the light directly, painting more blue, and then eventually I'll move into purples and reds. So even though the painting at first glance may look monochromatic, we know that it's not. It's just a pretty green painting. So the other nearly interesting thing about the lighting in this painting is that it's almost completely backlit. And I did this because backlighting is used often to make things feel a little more mysterious and dramatic. And this was definitely supposed to be like an eerie, mysterious ghost ship painting. Just a quick tip on backlighting. All you really got to do is put a really crisp like silver lining on all the objects in the foreground, and that's what makes them pop and look dope. That's what I was doing when I added that highlight on the bow of the ship. Is that the bow, the front part? No, you can see it there. So yeah, I hope in this video I was able to shed some light on painting things with unique and interesting lighting. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll keep making these videos for you. Until next time, always remember to clean your brushes. That was pretty good.